Hey guys, it's Bharat and welcome to Bharat's Kitchen with how to make restaurant style Malai Kofta. Now, you guys have been asking me for this recipe since a long time, and I've got three recipes for Malai Kofta in my bag. So, this one is one of the good restaurant style recipe. So, what are we waiting for? Okay, so let's begin with it. So first, to make the koftas, you're gonna need some poha or beaten rice. Then comes in a boiled potato, lots of paneer, some cashews, elaichi or green cardamom, raisins, and some cornstarch or arrowroot to bind everything together. And finally, you're gonna need some salt and black pepper. Now, one thing which is optional is some desiccated coconut. But yes, desiccated coconut does make a difference in the flavor of the koftas. So first thing which I'm gonna do is coarsely mash my green cardamom or choti elaichi in my pestle. Then just add some water in your poha so that it refreshes. Don't add a lot of water, just a little bit would do fine. So keep it aside for 5 minutes and now let's grate everything together. So first I'm gonna grate my boiled potato, then the paneer, and now you can add your desiccated coconut and also the elaichi powder, the salt and the black pepper, and just start to mix everything together. And yes, one more thing which you need to add as well is your refreshed poha. So now mix and mash everything together, and to bind it all together add your corn flour or cornstarch or arrowroot as well. Poha and cornstarch helps to hold everything together. Alright, so mash everything together very well. Do it just as you would knead a dough. And just like kneading a dough, this is gonna take some time. So mash everything together very well so that it all combines together. Alright, now we need to add our stuffing in the kofta balls. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of the mixture and just flatten it a little bit. And in the center add your chopped raisins and the chopped cashews and just gently pinch it all together. And now roll it into a ball. And there you go, your kofta is ready. It's seriously that simple. Now before frying, I don't want my kofta balls to break. So what I'm going to do is coat it with some cornstarch. This will help my kofta to not break while frying. And remember, these are actually really delicate. So you need to fry them very carefully. So coat each and every kofta ball very well in the cornstarch mixer. Let your kofta balls rest for a good 10-15 minutes so that the arrowroot starts to absorb a little bit of moisture in the kofta and forms a little layer above it. And then it's time to fry these kofta ball. So I've kept my oil on a medium flame, not very high, not very low. And when the oil is hot enough, slowly add in your kofta balls. Now make sure you don't add a lot of kofta balls here, otherwise there are chances that due to movement they will break. I'm a professional, that is why I'm going for 6 here, but I would seriously suggest you to not go for more than 3 or 4 kofta balls at one time. Just fry them until they are golden brown or until they look like this. Alright, all your koftas or these beautiful golden balls would get ready in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, it'll take some time as you're gonna cook only 3 or 4 together. Remember that, because trust me, they do tend to break. So out of 15 of my kofta balls, one did break. But anyways, if you really see one of them breaking, then take them out as soon as possible. And if you'll do everything correctly, you'll get these kind of soft koftas. And that's what you're looking for. Alright, now it's time to make our white base gravy. So all you're gonna need is some ginger garlic paste, a little bit of khoya, which is optional, but trust me, khoya in most of the base gravies, be it white, orange or red, khoya makes a huge difference. Alright, further you're gonna need some curd, some cashews, kasuri methi to add in the end, some whole spices which are some green cardamoms, a badi elaichi or black cardamom, then comes in some long and a cinnamon stick. Alright, further you're gonna need some ginger juliens, some green chilies and lots of onions. And finally in the end you're also gonna need some salt, some sugar, a little bit of cream and some butter. That's it. So first thing that you're gonna need to make is our boiled onion paste. For which, just take a pan, add a little bit of water and your roughly chopped onions. Let's go! And the cashews as well. Boil them for about 5 minutes, and if you look carefully, you can see the color difference of the onion. Now I know what you're gonna ask, Bharat, why are we boiling onions? Well, boiling the onions basically reduce the cooking time by a huge margin, and secondly, it reduces the sharpness present in the onions so that they can give out sweetness. Alright, so boil them for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then time to grind everything together. Now remember, this is very hot. So what I've done is that I do not transfer water in the mixie. I add a little bit of cold water from my side. And when you grind it, make sure you keep a cloth over the cap of the grinder. Basically so that when you grind it, it doesn't splutter out of it. So be very careful as it's hot and you don't want to get hurt. So make sure you keep a cloth over it. And after grinding for a good 3 to 4 minutes on high speed, you'll get a very smooth paste like this. And this paste is actually cooked. Alright, now take a huge kadai or a big pan, add a little bit of oil and lots of butter. And when the butter starts to sizzle, add in all the whole spices and cook for about 2-3 minutes. Now making the white gravy is actually one of the simplest. So now add in your grinded boiled onion and cashew paste and again cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now since it's a thick paste, it's gonna easily bubble out of the kadai. So what I did is that I covered the kadai with a lid and let it cook for 3 to 4 minutes. At this point, add in the rest of the ingredients, which is khoya or mawa. Then comes in our ginger garlic paste, followed by the green chilies and the ginger juliennes. Also at this point, add your salt and the sugar as well. Now open cook it until the khoya melts and your ginger garlic paste is cooked well enough. This will take you about 4 to 5 minutes on a medium-low flame. So keep stirring and make sure your khoya is totally dissolved in the gravy. And now you will be able to notice that the gravy would have become a little more thicker. Alright, now for the final stages to make our base gravy, add your beaten curd and don't worry, it won't make it very sour. Cook for about 2-3 minutes on a low flame. Again cover it with a lid and cook for about 3 to 4 minutes again. And that's it. Your base white gravy is almost ready. Just in the end, add some black pepper powder, lots of water as I want to make the gravy a little thin because as soon as you add your kofta balls, they're gonna absorb a lot of gravy. So therefore, make the gravy a little thin at this point of time. And finally, add your toasted kasuri methi. And now your base gravy is ready. So just when the gravy starts to boil a little bit, add in all your kofta balls and let them cook for about 2-3 minutes on a high flame because we want them to absorb the gravy. You can see that at the time of serving, my gravy has become a little more thicker as the kofta balls have absorbed a lot of the moisture present in the gravy. So that is why I told you to keep it a little thin. So there you go guys, how to make malai kofta just like restaurant style. And as always, you'll find all the list of ingredients and their measurements on my website. And yes, you can buy all the stuff that I use, given the links in the description bar down below. So guys, if you like the recipe, do give it a thumbs up. It really motivates me to post more videos. Until then, I'll see you all next week.